Pretty, huh? You could write a song based off of that. Now, we also said we had two other chords that come to the family meal whenever we play a D major, whenever we play a song in the key of D major, and those are G and A. So what would happen if we move those bass notes around over those? Well, we get some really interesting colors with those also. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the notes with those two, but I would suggest that you go ahead and play around with those and try to hear them. I'll do a couple of the really traditional ones you're going to hear. So, for example, with an A, a very traditional bass note you're going to hear is a C sharp. And the way that you do that is just a regular A. In this case, I'm barring, so I'm using the flat of my finger to get all three notes here. Some of you may play your A like this, where you put all three fingers inside the second fret on the third, fourth, and fifth string. I'm barring. And then I'm going to take my ring finger, my third finger, and put it on the C sharp. And I get this nice sounding A chord with the C sharp in the bass. Now, another traditional one you hear with an A is an E. That's the low string over the A. Now, again, you're asking why I know this. This is a question for theory, and that is a subject for another video. But just know that typically an A, those are very familiar bass notes that go along with the traditional A with an A bass note. And then a G, some of the very traditional bass notes you're going to hear over a G are, of course, the G itself, and then a B. And the way you get that is just by removing your ring finger and not playing the top string. Leave the top string dead. And that note right here is a B. And then the other bass note you're going to hear with the G a lot is a D. Okay? Now, we also call those chords that I just showed you different voicings. So someone says first inversion, second inversion, third inversion of G or A. That's what they're talking about. Again, a subject for theory, and we won't talk about why in this video, but that's what a voicing of a chord is. It's basically different positions and different orders of the notes. And in this case, inversions also are another term that we use when we talk about putting those different bass notes on top. Now, what happens if we put all of this together into a song? A good example of that is Matthew Redman, and so I'm going to play part of his song here. The chords are going to be D in the normal position, and then an A with our C sharp in the bass, just like that. So again, that fourth fret with the second string, ring finger, and then finally, or not finally, third, we're going to do an F sharp bass note over a D. So remember our D here, we're going to switch those two fingers, the index and the ring, and I'm going to move the freed index up to the top, so just like that. So index, okay. So there's our F sharp over the top of D, and then finally a G. So our four chords, D, A with the C sharp bass, D with an F sharp bass, and G. And the song goes like this. If you know you're loved by the King, then sing, sing, sing. If you know you're loved by the King, live for Him. Live for Him, yeah. Let's do it again. Know you're loved by the King, then sing, sing, sing. If you know you're loved by the King, then live for Him, yeah. Not bad, huh? Really beautiful sounding song, and that's augmented and influenced, and the emotion of it is increased by moving these bass lines around. Now, what we did there, what Matthew Redman did, was a very traditional, in a sense, movement of bass notes. A little bit unusual that you don't hear it all the time, but it's traditional in that it follows the rules. Now, what happens if we break a rule? And that's exactly what Matthew Redman is going to do in the very next phrase of this song. So he sets us up with the phrase I just played for you, with the D, A with a C sharp, D with an F sharp, and then a G. Now he's going to change the rules. And he's going to play a new chord in place of the third one, which was the D with an F sharp. He is going to play a D with a C. Strange! Yeah! So let's try that out and see how it sounds. But let me show you how to make that D first. Okay, D chord. And then take that ring finger and move it up to the C position. Again, this is not a C sharp, this is a C. So this note is outside of the D scale. We're violating a rule here. But let's put all that together. If you know you're loved by the King, then sing, sing, sing. If you know you're loved by the King, then live for Him, yeah. If you know you're loved by the King, then sing, sing, sing. Here's where we violate the rule. If you know you're loved by the King, live for Him, yeah. If you know you're loved by the King, then sing, sing, sing. If you know you're loved by the King, live for Him, live for Him. We're going to violate the rules soon. If you know you're loved by the King, then sing, sing, sing. If you know you're loved by the King, then live for Him, yeah. If you know you're loved by the King, then sing, sing, sing. If you know you're loved by the King, live for Him, yeah. If you know you're loved by the King, then sing, 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 sing. If you know you're loved by the King, then live for Him, yeah. Pretty, huh? So there we got a lot of emotion and abundance out of moving those bass notes around. Now, one final lesson, if I have time here, probably running out of my 10 minutes, is the idea that we can also move these notes around chromatically. Now, if you're looking for information on what a chromatic scale is, that's basically just moving a single fret at a time down. So I'm going to play the D chord with chromatic notes over it. In other words, moving D and then down a half fret each time. C sharp, there's our C. B, and then an A. Now how about G sharp? Weird sounding one. G, F sharp, F, E, D. So if you counted, there will be 12 notes that we actually put over D right there. A good example of who does this, Dave Matthews. I am no Superman. I am no hero. Oh, that's for sure. Okay, so what I just did there was I used D, C, B, B flat, and back to D. Pretty crazy, huh? So there you go. That's our lesson on moving bass notes, the lowest notes of a chord, around and getting different colors and textures with your guitar. Have fun writing songs. Bye-bye.